Ah, you're back.
Okay, that was crazy. Uh, the problem is what this whole
She's
dialogue
doing
restarted.
okay.
So
Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication.
this is actually so
From
crazy that
experience,
this
though,
happened.
I'd say she still needs a few more days of rest.
How did
This
the
is
You'll be
actually
good.
so funny.
That's
I
wonderful. I'm so sorry. No, don't worry. Even though you couldn't see it through to the. Well, I've had bad.
Blaming
yeah,
your
I'm
bad.
just gonna skip through it.
Don't you stop.
I don't.
You mean we never stop?
This is so crazy.
So, any plans for the next step? After
That-
the brilliant performance you could
Yeah.
No.
We already did this.
After all this
So
happened,
I'm
I
still
should
laughing
keep
how I
this
just
face.
disappeared for a hot sec. Don't know what happened there. That was crazy. That was a little bit of scuff for the stream. Because there had been no other
I
scuff
still
ever.
want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss
Oh my
Farina's
god.
performance,
Please. I already read this.
What about you, Miss Farina?
Well,
Okay.
frankly, rather sealed my fate
Yeah,
there with your
okay.
special thanks at the end.
sorry.
It's quite all right.
Yeah.
Maybe Nervilette was right.
Okay, there we go.
Maybe Cleo is the right role for me.
We
I
got
still
back.
don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. So, maybe the show will
Okay.
go on for me after all.
Beautiful.
There was once a time when I was an actress in a masquerade, seeking only to hide the truth.
But it's different now.
But from now on, I want to
And,
spend
you
my
know,
time learning
it's
real
okay.
stories about real people and how they touch the lives of others around them.
And you know,
want
I
to
love
watch
that
them
for Farina.
blossom and wither, see them refined on the page, retold on the stage, and remembered long into the future. I'm sure this is what captivated director O'Reilly as well.
Sounds like you're ready to stop running from your true calling. The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating place it is.
Then it's a deal. If a vision, then I should do my best to honor it.
Still slightly confused how she got the vision, but you know, that's okay. Only want to talk to Farina. Forget everyone else.
Ironic to think that in my whole time as a god, I could only ever dream of receiving this kind of power.
And you know,
And
I love that.
now that the gods have given me their blessing, it actually feels more like I'm finally able to take my fate in my own hands. Is that how humans feel about it as well?
Well, Farina, I can't really relate to you. I don't have a vision. Beautiful. That was so nice. I like how in the last like 2 minutes of it, it just said, "You're done." And the fact that it technically had ended my stream and started a new one is crazy because, oof. But you know, that it's fine. I'm not mad about it. I just think it's a little funny. Truly. Okay. What this for? Oh, right. There we go. How many days is left in this? 12 days. At least I can at least go to the starting point of the quest. Ah, perfect. Like, I'll leak it through like the opening dialogue of this event and then call it a day. Cause oof, they did me so dirty. I'm actually still hurt. A little funny though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it shouldn't be funny, but it is.
Seriously? But Mr. Morris, I don't understand, sir. How can you only be telling me this now?
Savior.
I'm afraid that there's nothing really I can do. I'm really facing a crisis.
Yeah, your hands are
But
tied.
what
Cool.
about my film?
I don't. What about your film?
Well,
This ain't about
I'm
you.
afraid you have to come up with something on your own. Take it from me. Sometimes you just have to let things go. Same goes for this film festival.
Cool. Didn't ask. But that's okay. It's fine.
Oh,
Hey, isn't that Xavier? So he's back in Fontaine now.
Xavier. That is Xavier. What? I don't even think that spells Xavier. I think I just made it up in my head.
Traveler and Paimon. I really didn't expect.
Yeah,
Well, I was doing just fine until
Yeah.
I received some terrible news just
Oh,
now.
you can't have your funds?
Just
That's
find a different investor?
which you don't make the most sense.
Unfortunately,
Find different ones.
that's not how it works. We had signed an agreement specific to the Fontanalia Film Festival, stipulating that I cannot work with any
Wow,
other
that's
investors
crazy.
until the
You signed a
festival
bad
is
contract.
finished.
The Fontanalia Film Festival?
Bro, why are you like?
What's that?
Can we stop acting up,
Oh,
please?
is this your first time participating in Fontaine's Fontanalia Film Festival? Then
Now,
according
sir,
to
this is my
you,
first time in Fontaine. Don't
the
make me hurt
Fontanalia
you.
Festival was established to commemorate the legendary Loch Knights, who went on a quest to search for the Oceanids and eventually welcomed the Hydro Arconageria. The holiday is deeply connected to the founding of Fontaine.
Okay.
A weird expression on your face. It's like you're trying really hard to remember
Cool.
something.
Yep, cool.
Ah, I was just trying to recall the exact
Oh my
description
God,
from
I'm
the
still-
books, in order to avoid any unnecessary arguments over semantics.
Well, either way, Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's just like the Windbloom Festival in Mondstadt and the Lantern Rite in Lille.
Speaking of Lantern
Yes,
Rite,
those are
I'm excited
festivals
for
of a
that.
Similar variety.
Like,
Who
I
doesn't
cannot
like a
wait for
good
Lantern Rite.
festival? And just like those of other
Because, you know,
nations,
we always get a new
Fontaine will
4-star,
hold a
and I want
plethora
the
of
new
events around
one
this
that they're going to
time each
release.
year. To commemorate the Loch
So yes,
Knights,
I
people
cannot wait
will imitate
for
them
Lantern
by
Rite.
putting
I
on
can't wait to
special
see how they're going to top
costumes,
last
raising
year's.
golden cups, and
Because
going
last year's
door to
Lantern Rite
door
was so
asking for
amazing to me.
cold water. But a few years ago, Lady Farina started to find the whole idea a little drab.
That really doesn't surprise Paimon at all.
Now you leave her
The whole
alone.
thing seems more akin to a carnival now, and it's quite popular among the kids.
Trial or
Every year
treat?
you can hear a
So-
bunch of them saying, "Trial or treat."
That sounds like Halloween.
Oh, that sounds pretty fun. But
That's just
how does
Halloween
that
in a
connect
different
back
font.
to the film festival you mentioned?
Ah, yes, it appears I've strayed off topic. The
Get to your
Fontanalia
point.
Film Festival is an event proposed by the Fontaine Film Association this year. Now that film
Jesus.
technology has matured as a medium, it's the perfect time to
This is
introduce
so
more
crazy.
people to the art form. During this time, people may submit films to be evaluated, and the entry
There we
with
go.
the highest score will be given the Farina Award by the association.
Good for them.
What award?
The Farina Award.
The Farina
You know, after
Award.
the Hydro
Interesting.
Archon, they coined it while Lady Farina was still in power. But even though things have changed, no one has made any motion to update the name. Perhaps everyone still thinks of it as a pretty appropriate name.
I
even
mean,
though she
I
can't-
would still consider it the Farina's still a superstar.
Guess the name does work pretty well when you put it that way.
Oh, but who would have guessed there'd be an issue with the funding? How will I ever explain this to Miss Chiori? Not to
I don't
say
know who
all the
that
other
is.
actors who traveled all the way here from Inazuma.
Chiori? Sounds familiar. Where have we heard?
Yes, that's her. I asked her to
Okay.
oversee the event's art direction, including the design of the actors' costumes and appearances.
There we go.
Paimon remembers now. Navia said that her clothes were designed by Chiori, and Kirara's outfit too.
I can't believe.
How to describe her? Well,
You know, the
she
fact
tends to
that
be
she was
pretty
mentioned, I was
direct
like, I've
and
never
can
heard
be
of her
very
before.
forceful when
Just
it
proves
comes to
that
dealing
I
with
don't
people.
listen,
The fashion world in Fontaine has
So,
dubbed her the
yeah.
Thundering Seamstress.
which is always great.
Her remarkable designs have led many
doing my very
Fontainians
best.
to become very interested in Inazuma. Anyway, Chiori is acquainted with all the
So, yeah.
actors I've invited from Inazuma. Without her help, I don't think I would have been able to get such
They
an
are
international
such great
cast for the
peoples.
film. She really is a kind soul.
Who are the actors from Inazuma? Do we know them?
Now,
Why don't the two of you accompany me to the Aquabus station to welcome them?
now here's my thing. We said, do we know them? Like, we don't
Judging
know
from the
every
time,
single
the
person.
Aquabus should be arriving shortly.
Like, we know
Chiori will be
everyone.
waiting to meet me there
If
as
they
well.
do not have NPC hair, we know them. I really don't. Oh, okay. That okay then. That okay. That was interesting. What's a Joyce gift? Oh, a sword. Energy recharge claymore. That's cute. And what's even cuter is the Primo gem that I definitely can't wait to have. Free things. They're not free. I have to earn them. But wait, ain't no way. Wait, that's the wrong one I clicked on. I need to click on this one. Yo. The refinement really is duct tape. That is so crazy. That special water resistant materials. Bro, what? This is so funny. That I want to be so shocked, but then I remember that like the other thing, like they had one that was like a fish before. What is it wanting me to do? Oh, that's the event. Yeah, Where's the staff member? I feel like that's the wrong thing. So, the real question is, do we wait? Because if we wait till next week... Okay. Is she the one I'm supposed to be talking to? Question mark? No. Yes? Oh my god. You know, I like how confused I get and how fast... Okay, this is the one I need to do. Okay. That's the one I need to be navigating to. There we go. I love how I know. I will talk to each of the stands, but that'll probably be a later thing. Because I'm like, I at least want to meet them, which I'm pretty sure it's just me meeting Ayaka and whoever else is there. Because obviously I know Ayaka's in it. She's on the flipping thing. But you know, we also love Ayaka. Ayaka has never hurt my feelings. My first ever 5-star. Kamisato Ayaka. There we go. Beautiful. Elegant. Easy, breezy, beautiful. Cover girl. Always on something. Who knows what I'm on this time. I mean, her outfit's interesting.
Miss Chiori?
Your talk with the investor sure went fast. The aqua bus hasn't even arrived yet. Oh? And who are they?
Allow me
Frost?
to introduce you. This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise, we've heard the owner of Chioriya Boutique is a skilled...
Why, thank you. I strove to create an outfit that matched her high social station as the demoiselle. So tell me, what happened? I can tell the conversation...
Oh,
Oof.
well, it's like this.
It's like this. You don't have money no more. I love characters that are just overly chill, like Lynette. They're just unbothered.
I know, Chiori. You don't have to say it. You did remind me that this investor was a little bit sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
But how could I pass it up? He offered me twice as much as the others.
Sir, that was a bad
Therein
business
lies the
practice.
problem.
Yes, but just put yourself in my shoes. After obtaining such an excellent script, it's only natural that I would want to make the most of the film. The budgets that the others had proposed were nowhere near enough. It's difficult to find someone willing to front such a large amount of mora, so...
Don't be sad,
Okay.
Xavier. We might be able to help scrounge up some more together for you.
Oh, thank you, Paimon. That means a lot to me. but the cost of the film is staggering. I'm afraid that any Mora we can scrounge together in a short amount of time won't even be able to cover the actors' fees.
Beautiful.
We need to move on. What's happened has already happened, and there's no changing it. But now's not the time to give up.
What? You're saying that you have a plan?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm simply saying I wouldn't give up just yet. The actors I recommended aren't just after Mora after all.
I mean, fair enough. If you ask Paimon, Paimon would definitely be after the Mora. And I mean that with so many shots. As many shots as possible. Paimon only is here for the money. Oh, Ayato too. Oh, oh, and you're Mia.
Really? Then where do you live?
We know
She
you
is
live in
so
Mercy
excited.
Village. The only way to enter is from underwater.
Oh, you must be pretty tired after work every day, right? I mean, you have to swim all that way just to go home.
We are so thoughtful. But some Melusines choose
I
to
love
live
how
in the Court of Fontaine because
your
it's so
Mia
much
is always
more
like
convenient.
so full of excitement.
This is our stop.
Oh, we've arrived. But I haven't even finished chatting with Abel yet.
Your Mia, honey.
I also enjoyed Abel's introductions to Fontaine along the way.
And Ayaka's
Everything
Fontaine
you
outfit is
described
still
was
so
clear and
cute.
detailed that we can't help but want to hear more.
Thank you so much. I'm usually working here on the Sakura bus, so I hope I'll have the chance to see you again. There are still many more places I'd like to
She
introduce
is
to you.
like, oh my god. It's just loving Ayaka and her Fontaine dress hours, because man,
Welcome to the Court of
it's so
Fontaine.
cute.
Chiori, you sure have changed a lot. This is the first time we've seen you since you left Inazuma.
It'd be like
I
that.
haven't realized it's been so long. I was in such a rush when I left that I didn't even get to say goodbye.
I mean,
Thank
in
you for
fairness,
extending the invitation, Mr.
she
Xavier.
doesn't dress like
I'm
she's
looking forward
from
to a fruitful trip here in
Fontaine.
It's an honor to have the head of the Kamisato clan visit us.
So they
Yep.
who you meant when you said you had
Like,
actors
my
coming
bro
from
Ayato?
Inazuma?
Oh? It's the Traveler and Paimon.
Ayaka, just say Traveler. We know you don't care about Paimon.
Ayaka and I were just talking about you on the way here. Are you also here for the film?
We just ran into Xavier earlier and came over with him.
Like, I love how funny this is, because like,
But I'm not an actress. Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka are the real actors here. I'm just tagging along with Ayaka to have a good time together.
girl.
About that.
Girl, you're
I
so
mean,
full of energy, and I love her
how
for
was I
that.
supposed to contact you when I was making preparations for the film? I figured you were probably busy, and I didn't want to disturb you. So I could only keep you in the back of my mind while I sought other actors to play the lead roles in the film.
I had been thinking about a surprise reunion with you during our trip here. But you still managed to surprise me first.
Ayaka's just so in love with the Traveler. It's so fun.
Oh, so you all know each other already.
You know what makes this better? Seeing the other person who's in love with the Traveler, which is Xiao. I would love to see Xiao. For my own benefit. He has nothing to do with plot. I just want to see him.
I've already made a reservation.
Huh? Did you reserve 2 spots for us too?
Now, Paimon.
Yes, of course, of course. I'll be sure to tell the boss to serve
How?
a few more delicious dishes just to make sure there'll be enough food.
I hate
Very
you.
well. Then please, kindly lead the way, Mr. Xavier.
I still think this man's name is Xavier in my head. Because Xavier, no, that sounds wrong. I cannot believe this. Okay.
Wow, the buildings in Fontaine are so tall. Just look at how big they are.
Yeah.
And there's the fountain that Abel mentioned earlier. It really is a magnificent sight.
Ayaka literally
And
is
look at
so cute in
huge
that
spinning
dress.
sphere. Where does it get its power? Wait a sec. Could it be one of those clockwork mecha we've heard so much about?
The game is so sweet to me at all times. I need to go higher. At this point, I gotta commit to the bit. They said higher. It was like not the most unproductive way to get to the location, but like there was a teleport point like right next to it, and I could have just teleported there, but I chose the stubborn route because I could. I'm okay with that.
So this is what food from Fontaine is like. It sure is different from what we have in Inazuma. How should I describe it? It seems like you have to go through a lot more steps to make them. And the flavor is many
I like
layers
how I've
too.
now seen Yoimiya in
Yes.
3
When I
regions
first
in the
went to
span of
Inazuma,
1 year.
I
Because
actually
obviously
thought the
she's
food
always
there
in
tasted a
Inazuma,
little too bland.
but she was in
It took
Sumeru,
some time for me to
and
get
now
used
she's in
to it.
Fontaine.
Let's get back to the
I love how
purpose
much
of this
she's
trip
been
for a moment,
traveling
shall we?
How
this
have
year in
preparations for
Genshin.
the film been coming along, Mr. Xavier?
Well, I've already assembled most of the film crew. A lighting specialist, a prop manager, and a costume designer. I've also bought the copyrights from the novel's author.
Oh, it's called The Two Musketeers, right? I read the script you sent me on the way here. The story is pretty good.
Originally, I was planning to start filming as soon as Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka arrived in Fontaine, but I'm afraid I've run into a bit of a problem.
Oh? What is it?
It has to do with the film's investor, Mr. Morris. He suddenly informed me this morning that he's encountered some financial trouble and will be unable to release to me.
It's said
Which
that
is so
Fontaine's
crazy.
legal system is well developed. If he has violated the contract, then can't you simply take him to court over the matter?
Well, I'm still more concerned about filming. Even if I were to take him to court, I'm afraid it would take months before the case could even be heard.
Then,
That's so
is
crazy.
there a way we could raise funds ourselves to solve the problem?
I
You say
consider
raise
that
funds
option
like
too, but
you are the head of a
unfortunately, it's
family,
difficult to gather
Ayato.
such a large amount of mora on such short notice. Besides, we have to consider the film festival's submission deadline.
I mean, Paimon has money. She has secret emergency money
Mr.
that she keeps
Xavier,
away from the traveler.
If Ayaka and I were willing to perform for free, would that resolve the problem you are currently facing?
What? No, out of the question. To have you come all this way just to act for free?
I mean, they're
No,
offering.
That won't do.
There's no need to worry, Mr. Xavier. My brother and I had actually intended to work for free after receiving your invitation.
Why?
Inazuma has only recently reopened its borders and needs to strengthen its relations and cultural ties with other nations. We didn't have many collaboration projects with Fontaine in the past, so we hope this trip
You know,
will
actually,
serve
that
as a
makes
good
sense for them.
start.
Indeed. You could say that's the real reason why the Yashiro Commission agreed to come to Fontaine.
I understand, but having you two act for free just doesn't seem right.
Not at all. While we're officially here to conduct a cultural survey of sorts, we must express our sincerity if we want to establish formal cultural ties with your nation. This film will serve as proof of friendly cooperation and cultural exchange between Inazuma and Fontaine. It's my hope that the film can be finished and released as smoothly as possible. If you still don't feel comfortable with this arrangement, I would also be more than happy to be introduced to some other renowned individuals in Fontaine's literary and artistic circle.
I mean, hey, if it works, it works.
All right, I'll do as you say. Thank you so much.
If you
Come
sell
on
your
now,
camera,
who'd
you
get
can't
that
film.
far?
I'll also help you out as a brand sponsor.
Me too. Even though I didn't bring much more to spend on this trip, it's still better than nothing.
Yoimiya is just too precious for this
You
world.
are too kind, all of you. I really don't know how to.
Ew. Alright, enough about that. Now that we have Xavier's savings, my support, and 2 leads who are willing to act for free, I think we will be able to make this happen. So, instead of Mora, you'll help with filming and production.
Oh, but how can we help with that? about making a film.
All right. Pull yourself together, Xavier. Tell us if there are still any open positions left among the crew.
All right. Let me think. We still need a camera operator, a clapper loader, and someone to manage logistics. I originally wanted to personally serve as director, but I've been too busy working as the producer. So the positions of director and director's assistant
I just want to say, as someone who has
also
worked
need to
in
be
film,
filled.
ew. That's so weird. I'm like, for someone who's worked in film before, ew.
The clapper
be like,
loader
oh,
is
yeah.
responsible for using the clapper board to record and organize the information
Yeah,
of each shot. When the camera operator begins shooting, the work requires both patience and careful attention to detail.
I hate this.
Clapperboard? Oh, you mean the thing they hold that goes clap whenever they start filming?
Yes, that's right.
It called a
Are
slate.
you interested
did-
in that job?
Like, just
For
once
sure,
again,
I've always wanted to
I don't
do
know
that.
why about him. Like, but that thing
Alright,
called a
Then
slate.
you'll be our clapper loader. I can find someone from the store to help with logistics.
It would have taken Genshin
What do you think, Xavier?
like 10 minutes to look it
Fine
up
by
what the
me.
actual name for
As
the Mar.
camera operator,
Slapper
I
loader
was
is
thinking of
so
letting the
crazy.
Traveler take the role.
Oh, she's great when it comes to using a camera. Paimon can't even count how many things we've taken photos of during our journey.
Yes, that's also what
Also,
I
I
was
like how they
thinking.
gave Paimon
I
like
noticed
technically the
Traveler
most
had an
boring
eye for
job.
photography and composition.
I'm sure that's due to the
It was
traveler's
like, where all you do
journey
is be like,
across
you
the
just
map
say
and all
what the
places
thing is like.
they've
Oh yeah,
seen.
like scene one, take like
so many
4, and then you just do the thing, and
Using
yeah,
a
like,
camera must be second nature by now.
bruh,
What do you say,
that's not
Traveler?
it. It's
Are
not
you
it for
interested
me.
in the job?
Yeah, live camera
Thank you.
action.
It really means a lot to me. Come on, friend. Let me give you a big warm
Don't touch
hug.
me.
All that's left for us to find is a director and an assistant.
Yeah, there was not a single reason for that man to come near me to try and
I'll
hug
be
me.
the director's assistant. All we need to do is help the director, right?
Oh,
that.
that's so cute how you
All
think
right, then
that.
all we need is a director. Oh, all the well-known directors in Fontaine are probably also busy working.
Oh, Farina helped out a theater troupe recently by serving as an artistic consultant. She could be a good director, right?
So I'm very curious to know is if I get this dialogue like different requests or before.
Farina? Do you really think Lady Farina would be willing to help us with our humble project?
I mean,
Isn't that the name of Fontaine's Hydro Archon? My
see.
brother has already
I guess maybe
informed
that's
me
like
about what
a
happened here
Unite
in
Day thing where they call it
Fontaine.
the slate.
Yep, that's her. She helped out a theater troupe not too long ago, and now she's taking a break
I don't
as a
know.
director.
I mean, the name Clapperboard
Well,
also makes sense to call it because it claps.
I saw that musical.
So I would look up
Her
like why do they call it the
performance
slate? But I'm like,
and
bruh.
the storyboards were also excellent. Don't let her
Ah.
former identity intimidate you. She's the
See-
best candidate we can think of right now.
Like I
You'll
said,
never
I've just worked
know
on
until
film
you give
sets.
her a shot.
With every film set I ever
All right,
worked on, they
Chioi.
called it the slate.
I'll do
Honestly,
anything
I
for
could
the
care
sake of
less
my
what it's
film.
called.
Anything.
It called a boring job. It's not for me.
Then I'll have to ask the Traveler and
I,
Paimon
like,
to show me the way to
Every
Lady
time I've worked
Farina's
on one, I'm just like, can I just edit the
I
video?
just hope
Like
she'll
that.
agree to
Honest
help.
editors, that job is awful.
you need
But at
us
least I
to
get
also
left
come
alone
along?
for the most part. They tell me
No, there's
everything
no
you
need
need to
to
do,
trouble you
and you
with
get
this.
left alone.
Besides, you've just arrived in
Editing's
Fontaine,
fine.
and I'm sure there are many places you would like to visit. Just leave this task to me.
But now I'm
It's
very
part of
curious
my
about
duties as the
The different
producer.
name for it, and who calls
Very
it what.
well. Then we'll be waiting to hear the good news.
I'll go with you. By the way, you must
Yeah,
need to
like
consider
working on a
bringing
set,
gift.
and they just be like, "Hey, okay, your job is editing. Okay, I mean, I don't have to sit there and do all that other work. You just wait till they have the video, they come bring it to you, and they tell you how they want it to look, and you do that.
All right,
And
then I'll
cool.
start
Just tell me
making
what to do, and I'll do it.
preparations. As for the gift,
I mean, there's a little bit of creative freedom
A
in it,
gift
but
for someone who was once seen as the Hydro Archon. I wonder what she would like.
get
recall
Frida
that Lady
cake.
Farina once fancied a clockwork ring, so perhaps I should get another exquisite clockwork contraption for her.
Bruh, honestly, you could just buy Frida a
Bring
cake.
some desserts, like the Fontinalia mousse.
Honestly, I think we could bring you desserts.
But wouldn't that be a little too cheap? She does
Yeah,
like desserts.
she likes dessert.
though.
It makes sense.
Isn't the Fontinalia festival happening right now? I heard Abel tell us on the Aquabus that Farina introduced the tradition of going door to door and asking for sweets. To do something like that, she must have a real sweet tooth.
Now, what we did need to do
I
is come for
agree
her.
with Yoimiya. If the gift is too fancy, it might actually make her feel
We didn't have to do this.
more uncomfortable.
Alright then, let's go, guys.
Yeah.
But will that really be enough? We'll be asking her to do a lot of...
Okay.
You're right. We need to further sweeten the deal.
Huh? You had something even sweeter than
Bruh.
Yes, we'll need a gift that's sweeter than any dessert in the world.
But what could that be?
Yeah, fair enough.
Your words of praise.
Yeah, after my stream was unfortunately broken into 2 parts because it said, ha! Cool. And I have a new recipe now. But yeah, I'm not going to go to Farina's apartment right now. So I guess I shall end it here. If I come up to here, then I can turn it so Xiao's just main focus. Look at how beautiful he is. Yeah, I might continue this on Thursday instead of Spider-Man. I'm like, I already know, like, I'll be extremely busy with work next Tuesday, so I probably won't have a chance to stream, and that'd be pushing it too close to when the event's supposed to end. I think, I don't know. Either way, Thursday will either be Spider-Man or more Genshin. We'll figure it out. But either way, thank y'all for joining me. I am so sorry that I had technical difficulties, also known as scuff, earlier. Don't know what happened there. That was crazy. But please feel free to follow me on YouTube or Instagram and join the Discord if you would like. And I will see you all on Thursday. Goodbye.